But let's talk about how to put those other building blocks together to create an outline of your presentation. And I want to be very clear here. I'm not getting into any creative design aspects of your sales presentation. This is only about how to organize your thoughts and your content. And so here are some, again, there's no layout and design of slides here. This is content that you could use to organize what you say and what you talk about. And so it starts with some sort of meeting introduction. And here are just some examples of how to warm up a presentation or a meeting, asking how their day's going, briefly discuss about a current event. Then on the front end, you certainly want to outline the agenda for the meeting, confirm that that matches with the prospect's expectations for the presentation, maybe share details on what you're going to show them, confirm that's what they're wanting to see, ask if there's anything that they want to add to the agenda, confirm if there's a hard stop so you know how to manage the presentation according to their time. And so confirm if there's a hard stop and then manage the meeting according to the time that you have to work with. That's how you might want to open your sales presentation. Then right away, we want to make, if you go back to the sales process that I recommend, the interaction step, you want to make that all about the prospect. The conversation step is 50-50. So it's 50% you want to talk about the prospect, 50% you want to talk about you. And then the explanation step of the sales process should be 20% on the prospect and 80% on you. So the first 20% of your presentation you want to make about the prospect. And the way you do this is basically you can use your pain points building block. Now, if you're really successful with creating good pain questions, and then during the conversation sales process step, you asked your pain questions, and if you identified that the prospect potentially has concerns or pain points that you can help with, then at the very beginning of your presentation, you can share the summary of your findings in previous conversations or through your research, and you can outline, this is what we've learned about you. And ideally, these could map or match up with the pain points that you help with, but you're having challenges with this, you're having challenges with that, and you want to improve this. And then you want to confirm with them, do I have those correct? Is there anything you want to change or add to that? So right here on the front end of the presentation, it's all about the prospect and maybe learning more about them by getting them to add more to your findings, and you're confirming that you have everything okay. Now, there could be a chance where you haven't really had enough of a chance to talk to them about their pain points or their needs. That's not ideal, but that could certainly be the case. If that's the case, you can still use the pain points building block, but you could be more generic to instead say, these are the challenges you're dealing with. You could be more generic to say, a lot of businesses that we work with have challenges with this and have challenges with that and have challenges with this. And then you could confirm with them, are those challenges for you? Or do you have anything similar? Do you have anything to add to that? Or you want to share a little bit more right now about your challenges? So there you're learning more about them. Hopefully you've already done that. Once you've really confirmed what they are interested in or having concerns with, then you could start to transition the attention from the prospect to you. So this is where you're transitioning from the 20% on the prospect to the 80% of the presentation on you. And instead of just jumping right towards, these are our products and this is what we sell, this is where our offices are, you're first talking about how you can help them. So based on the challenges you're having, here is how we can help you. We can help you to increase this, we can help you to improve that, and we can help you to decrease this. Now, how do we do that? Now you're progressing to your product building block, and this is where you do talk about, this is what you do, this is what you sell. So this is where you've just talked about the improvements that you can make. Now you're going to talk about how you deliver those improvements, how you make those improvements, and it's by delivering your products or services. And we do that by, and this is where you can talk about what you do. And this, if you're doing a demonstration, this is where you could start to actually show the product, how it works. If you're just sharing details, this is where you might want to go into the details of what the product is, what it includes, and whatnot. You don't want to end there when you're in terms of talking about your product. You want to continue on to get into details about how you're different. If you have differentiation, you don't want to forget that. This is where you want to include that. Then you could share any bragging points about your company that are worth mentioning. If you won awards, this is where you want to include that. If there's certain details about your organization, a woman-owned business, been in business for 100 years, whatever, this is where you want to include that. You can wrap up with sharing an example of another customer that you've helped similar to them. So here's an example of someone else that's like you that we helped. And so you could share basically a case study, a name drop example at the end using your name drop building block. And so that's an outline there. Now, certainly there's a lot more information specific to you that you could plug into those blocks. But what I want to share with you is an outline to organize the flow of your presentation. There's no manipulation here, doing something very tricky on the front end, telling a story in the first minute of your presentation so you capture some sort of attention. There's no real trickery manipulation here. This is just an optimum flow of starting out about them, confirming what you know about them, talking about how you can help them, explaining how you will help them in that way, sharing an example of someone else that you've helped. So hopefully that gives you some ideas. Now that is an outline of the presentation.